I just made $796 off a car I didn't even own, but I almost completely lost this deal because of one thing that I completely overlooked. So in my last video, I flipped my roommate's Civic Si, and the deal was that I do everything that needs to be done to it and I keep 10% of the profits. So the work that I did was I replaced the fog lights, I fixed the shift boot and replaced the shift knob, got some fresh window trim and put that on. I cleaned some sort of gunk that was on the trunk off the car, and then I did a full detail on the interior and the exterior. And then finally, I did the headlights twice because I suck and it was my first time doing them. But after all that, I got the listing up on Marketplace and I put it up for $11,500 to hopefully get someone to buy it at 10 grand. And sure enough, plenty of lowballs roll in, and then I finally get a real offer at $10,000. It's exactly what I wanted. The buyer seemed super serious and we were really close to closing. And then come to find out that Coupe, the guy I'm selling the car for, doesn't have the title in hand at least. It's still financed and it's under a lien. So he had to pay it off and it came in the mail. So let's pick up from right there basically. So after all that and getting a buyer for the car, I had to call the guy and tell him that the title was still under a lien and it was still at the bank. Put simply, he did not mess with that. He said he wasn't interested anymore. And honestly, I don't blame the guy. So we had to wait. Waited for just about a month and it finally came in. All right. Yo. Coupe finally got the title in. Let's go. Now we can put it up for sale. So we posted the listing and within a couple hours, I had 3 serious buyers pretty much ready to go. One wanted to see the car the day after I posted it, and then one wanted to come day of. So that guy actually pulled up within another hour and he checked out everything on the car. He was being really thorough with his search, and fair enough to that guy. Super nice guy. Honestly, I thought he wasn't interested whatsoever because I didn't really know a lot of the history of the car because Coupe didn't really know anything either. He bought it from a dealership and they didn't really tell him anything. So I was giving this guy pretty much nothing when he was asking me questions, which is a bad sign. That's not good on me. We ended up taking it out for a test drive. He still was being very he was kind of putting up a wall and I couldn't really get through to him, but he basically was like, okay man, I'll talk to you tomorrow, was basically what he said to me. And he asked me if I had the Carfax and I did not. So he left. Me and Coupe actually, we went and searched for him. And to both of our surprises, it was actually a beautiful Carfax. Civic was a single owner and had tons of history. So the next morning, he texted me and, good morning. I just woke up and we got a buyer coming to pay for the car. We got it for hopefully $9,500, which is totally fair. And yeah, so let's do it. He shot me an offer of $9,500. So I brought that number to Coupe and we both agreed. We thought it was totally fair and he was ready to sell the car. So after he shot us that offer, I agreed and he came to check out the car one more time and do another test drive. And he was super down. He wanted it. He wanted the car. So the next day we met him at the local tax office in his county because we're in different counties. And that was like a 50-minute drive all the way over there. I drove the Civic unnecessarily. I didn't even realize that it wasn't needed. I thought it was going to be needed. But so at the tax office, we basically signed over the title to his name. After the tax office, we went straight to his bank and we waited there for just about 2 hours. Waiting for the car, waiting for him to pay out.
Waiting for the cashier's check.
95% done. We're almost there. Almost there. Then we finally got the $9,500 in the cashier's check. That car is sold! Yeah! $9,500. That's it. Finally, the car is sold. And we made $9,500 off of it. My cut of the $9,500 was 10%, so I made 950 bucks off of this deal. But of course, there were expenses. We did the fog lights, which were $48. We did the shift boot, which was $9, and shift knob as well was $11. Window trim was $33, and stuff for the headlights, which was like tape, sandpaper, and the clear coat were $48. And then fuses, I didn't even use, but I bought them anyway. $154. We are minusing the 154 from the 950, which gives us $796. And I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've kind of learned along the way with this whole deal, including the sanding process of the headlights that I did. I did a horrible job and they still turned out okay, but for next time I kind of understand what was right and what was wrong. I sprayed way too close with the clear coat and didn't sand enough, I think, as well. So that's one lesson learned. But obviously the big one is make sure that the title is there and we can sell the car. I'll keep that in mind for the next ones. So, $796, 2 months of what I would call a title hell, and a buyer that we had to leave on the table. Was it all worth it? Was this a flip or a flop? Let's find out together. And so I've created the perfect scoring card, the flip or flop score. As you can see, this is car number 1, and we're ranking it based on difficulty of the flip, the car score itself, profit efficiency, the deal smoothness, and would I run this shit back? And that'll give us a total score out of 50. Let me break it down for you. Difficulty. I ranked it a 6 because it wasn't so much a really tough flip. It was mostly like a learning curve, honestly, because it's the first car I've ever flipped. Doing the headlights, sanding the headlights was a big learning curve for me, and that was probably the most difficult thing. And of course, the dealing with the title stuff isn't not difficult, but it just adds to it. So that's why I gave it that score. As for the car score, a 7 out of 10. I love the Civic now. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a wonderful car. I think it's a very reliable car. I think it's very fun. Every time that I drove it, put a smile on my face. I love the way the mechanical shifter feels. I don't know if that's a nice aftermarket thing that somebody added on, but it felt very clunky to me and I kind of loved it. So they're not super fast, but it's fun. It's fun. Profit efficiency. I would say that I gave that a 6 out of 10. Profit efficiency was good, but it just could have been better because only getting 10% was, not the full 100%. Obviously, you want the most profit you could possibly have, but having very little to put in made the profit pretty good. Now, deal smoothness, the worst one. This shit did not go right. It took way longer than expected. We had a guy that was ready to buy, and then we realized we didn't have the title. So we had to get that and wait just about a month or 2. Then we found the guy, and then it was pretty smooth from there, but it was still just like the clunkiness of it. Would I run this back? Probably not. Yeah, I ranked it like a 4 out of 10. I'm good on the Civics, and I love them now, but as of now, I probably wouldn't go out of my way to get another one, and I probably wouldn't try to do another deal of 10% of the total profit. And so the total score is 25 out of 50, and the verdict is a mid-flip. Let me know what you guys think. Was the verdict good? Bad? What's y'all's verdict? Let me know in the comments. So that completes the Civic saga. we're on to the next one, and it is a car that I already own. It's my first car and my baby, and I'm excited to show you, but I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of her. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. Let me know what you guys think of my G35. She's my baby. If you haven't watched episode 1 yet, I'll link it here. Go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.